We're working on the PS5 camera, other cameras, so got to make do. Master Brucey B here to talk about, in my opinion, some of the things or the differences in the NCAA 14 to college football 25. Had to wait till Friday, so I felt like Squidward watching SpongeBob and Patrick from the shadows, waiting, watching everybody else play and post. But finally, I got to play. In the description, you can link and see my first game I played. The game number one. So I bought a PS5 to play college football. So I already had to get reacclimated or get acclimated to the new gen stuff. I haven't played. I played Madden on Xbox, Xbox One. I recently played someone on Xbox One, so it didn't really help me as far as learning the PS5. The controls are different. They are very different. It's very off top. The number one thing that's very tough for me is the catching. So I'm not I've never been opposed to catching the ball myself on a pass, as far as user catching a deep pass, anything like that. What I'm not used to is the run catch in traffic. I mean, the catch on the run, the aggressive catch, and then the possession catch. That is not something that is normal to me. So when I'm in the throes of a regular game, you can, if you go back and watch the game I played with Syracuse, doing a build with Syracuse, Wyoming. If you watching me from the Wyoming days, I also plugged that in the description. I did a build with Wyoming and NCAA 14. I moved them to the SEC and won a championship within 3 years. Or did I? You got to go back and look. But that seems like a task that would be very difficult to do in this game. Heisman is a whew, it is a terrible. You have to play a pretty clean game. The the same cheating stuff is there as far as linebackers and safeties having amazing range and things like that. But again, the catching, like I said, the catching. One thing I will say, if you master it and really understand that, that could be a really big catch and run stuff because the tackling is atrocious. Very, very tough. It was already very hard in 14 a lot of times. You dive at a player and they just whiff. But in this game is way worse. Like if you're only within 3 or 4 yards and you try to dive, you're nowhere in the picture. And it's really frustrating. The break tackles, they're actually I feel like they're not as bad as 14. In 14 there was a lot of you can feel like you game tackling a guy and somehow he finds a way to break tackle. This one is more one-on-one angle. A guy with a really high attribute. It's not as crazy to me. It's not as crazy to me. But the diving at people and the tackling is tough. Very tough. The throw, I haven't really I have to get better at it. Like through the course of the game, I did get better at it as far as not holding too long, not getting in the red. If, granted, I was playing with a senior quarterback, so he wasn't a bad player. So I guess maybe that would have hurt me more with a younger guy. And I played at home. Um, but yeah, the plays are I like the routes. And then one thing about it, and I'm not sure if anyone was seeing this, the play clock runs down so fast is very bad. You barely have any time to adjust, make audibles. Like there's so many different coverages and schemes you can put, but with so little time to actually make an adjustment, it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. You feel like you don't really have enough time to make the type of adjustments you want. You know, you kind of got to go in with the idea or scheme that you want to go to, and maybe one or two adjustments. But it's feels really tough to even be able to utilize all the options with the little time you get with the play clock, and that's on offense and defense. Offense, even on offense, it feels like that 25 seconds or whatever it is, it goes really fast, much faster than in NCAA 14, or at least again, it feels like it. Feels like a big difference on the like. There's a lot of route combinations that while I do like, again, I don't like that depending on where you're on the field. At least, again, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it feels like depending on where you are on the field, you won't be able to um you won't be able to call a certain route or things like that. Which again, obviously, in some ways that seems obvious, but no matter where you're at on the on the field, I should be able to run a streak. There was a couple times one wanted to run a streak, and then two I called a streak, and it flat out was not a streak. So that was frustrating. But the intensity, the crowd, like I said, the controller, the vibrations, things like that is very intense. Again, as a first time pizza. I mean, again, I played PlayStation 5, don't get me wrong, played games here and there, but you know, this is the first I literally bought a PlayStation for college football. So, um, trying to think what else off the top of the head. Again, playing on the road seems because so again, the video that I posted, the stream, that was my first time in a dynasty on my own PlayStation, but I have played before, and I played it on the road, and it is a killer to play on the road. So I can only imagine playing being a bad team going on the road is very tough. The kicking, it's bad. It's bad, but I think it is doable. I think it is doable. Again, granted, I play Heisman everything, Heisman at all times. Now, I'm not saying I'm the best player of all time, but I just feel like the best way to, just maximize your abilities is to play on the hardest. So then once you finally get it, get some, everything's just be easier because that's just how I see it. But let me think. Anything else? Like I said, the gameplay really is fun. The passing game is very electric. The running game, I guess when you master it, like I said, it's frustrating on defense. I don't know if the running game is that good because I wasn't able to really develop it. But on defense, like so, they were able to run right by me a lot of times, and I was diving at legs, missing a lot. So that was unfortunate. So we'll see. We continue to try to get better. We're gonna keep. I'm gonna go with Syracuse. I started with Syracuse just because the orange and blue, man. When they asked me to pick a favorite team, I was scrolling through. I saw that orange and blue in Syracuse. I had to pick it. I had no choice. So the game is in the Knicks vibe. So after I win a championship with Syracuse, and then I'm still gonna have other opportunities to pick Wyoming, going and having a dynasties with group of friends. If you have a dynasty you wanted me to join, let me know. I might just oblige. Appreciate your Master Bruce CB, Twitch, Twitter, just Master Bruce on Instagram. Don't home me like you don't know me. Send it to a buddy. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you.